everybody, this is Carl. Welcome to September. I'm getting ready to hit the road, so I got my passport ready, and actually by the time that you see this, I will be on a plane headed for England. Then I'm going to hop over to Scotland, visit a couple of friends over there, meet with some partners in Edinburgh, and then head down to Newcastle upon Tyne and enjoy the warmest weather that they have this time of year. So anyway, so I got all that going on, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the community as well. So one of the things that happens is that we put on these 3-week courses, and those have been very well received. And I hope our next one, which starts September 11th, will be very appealing to you. So as some of you know, I'm a real big believer in work-life balance, and I wrote a book called Relax, Focus, Succeed, a guide to balancing your personal and professional lives and being more successful in both. So we're going to do 3 weeks of kind of an intensive introduction to that. We're going to talk about work-life balance in your business and, you know, to be honest, whether or not that's realistic in an IT business. I hope that some of you who have been following this and practicing with me will also join us and tell your stories. I want people to hear about the effects that Relax, Focus, Succeed has had on their lives. And some of you are going to say, oh, I don't need any of that, you know, woo-woo stuff. But I'm just telling you, it's really good. And when people ask me, how do you get all this done? How can you be so productive? How can you make sure that you get everything out of the way and at the same time travel and do other things at the same time that you have a chronic disease that prevents you from working as much as most people? Well, the answer is very, very simple. Relax, focus, succeed. The funny thing about that title is that when people hear it for the first time, almost universally they have the same reaction, which is, I need that. Well, yes, you do. So what we're going to do is show you what that means in the real world and how you work through creating work-life balance within your company. So anyway, that starts September 11th. Please check it out. It's within the community. Just go to What's New, and it's not the top item anymore because we're adding new stuff all the time, but that's what the next class is going to be. You can also just go to classes, and it will be the newest class in the classes section. Speaking of classes, the revised, updated, and cool new YouTube class has been posted. So just go to classes, click on the YouTube class, and everything is there. If you're a paid community member, you can just download it instantly. If you're not a paid community member, you can join instantly, and then you'll be able to download. So tons and tons of new stuff in the community. We've got lots of forums that we've been adding, some classes, some audio programs. So again, just month after month after month, we're constantly putting new stuff in there. And by the time this video is over, we will have added more than $1,000 in new stuff to the community. So stay tuned, and I promise you it'll be worthwhile. Okay, the first thing we're going to add to the community, this is a new major feature, and that is anybody who is a paid community member can use up to 5 hours of our time to provide certain services for marketing. So if you need a marketing virtual assistant, we got you covered. So what kinds of things can you do? Well, here's what you can't do. We're not going to build a database for you. We're not going to log into your CRM and put in lots of notes about stuff. We're not going to read through your blog posts and turn them into articles. We're not going to do huge, massive, labor-intensive stuff that you really need to hire a dedicated person for. But here's what we will do. We will help you set up a mailing. We will help you set up your social media, whether that's LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. If there's any social media that where you say, it's a pain in the neck and it's a project and I don't need the project, I will go ahead and tweet once Twitter is set up. Contact us, and what we're going to do is have Dylan or Kara go ahead and do that stuff for you. So they will work with you and provide you with these services that'll get you going. Now, we're not going to write your material. We're not going to do any of that kind of stuff. But if you've always thought about, I just want to make sure my LinkedIn is set up properly, we will do that for you. We have some questions you got to answer, so you have to participate in the process. But what we'll do is set it all up for you, put up your graphics, make sure that it looks good and that it looks professional, and then make sure that you have the logins, and then you need to take over. You need to do that piece of it, but we can do things like that. We can also help you with certain things that have to do with mailings, setting up, getting the USA info leads for a postal mailing, that kind of stuff. Set up your constant contacts, set up your email programs, right? Again, anything where it's like, here's a clear, definable chunk, you can hand that off to us, and we'll do up to 5 hours of labor in a year for everybody who's a paid member of the Small Biz Thoughts community. So, huge value. Please take advantage of that. We have several deals in the community that you need to look into. So if you go to the forums and you know, there's a Carl's, offers, freebies and deals section, go check that out. There's a code there that allows you to get the 5-week classes for $99 instead of $259. So that's $100, $160 savings, and we have 10 classes over the course of a year. So it's a huge, huge savings. You get that automatically just because you're part of the community. There's nothing else you have to do, but you need to put in that code. So you'll go to Great Little Seminar to register for the class, get the code from the freebies, offers, and deals forum, and then it'll automatically turn it into a $99 price. So that's a great deal, right? Huge deal, right? Yes, the answer is yes. But wait, that's not all. It gets better. If you are an annual member of the community, which is to say that you pay once a year, when you renew your annual membership, you will receive a code that allows you to move those classes all the way down to free. In other words, you'll save that additional $99 times 10. That's $990 worth of value that you get for renewing a $999 membership. So that's literally, you're like $9 away from the entire thing paying for itself just by that additional savings. Plus, you can take advantage of the 5 hours of marketing virtual assistant. So just in the scope of this video, we have added about $1,500 to the value of your membership. So that's gargantuan, and to be honest, you really need to go do these things. Don't just join and then walk away. You need to participate. Take the classes, get involved, use me, as they say, right? So, please jump in. Please let us help you. We are 100% committed to helping you be more successful. And it is partly because of the community that as it grows that we are able to be offering these kinds of things at no additional charge. My ultimate goal is that everything will be free in the community and everything will be in the community. And so, strangers wandering off the street, they have to pay for stuff, but eventually I want them to actually join us as well and participate for one low price, which is made possible by the fact that there's a lot of people in the community. So that's all good stuff. Please join us for our next class. So over at greatlittleseminar.com, Manuel is going to be teaching a class on the unbreakable rules of PSA. So if you have or are going to be buying a PSA and you just want to make sure it's absolutely and completely set up exactly the way it's supposed to be, his class is filled with amazing information that is valid for any managed service provider. These are the best practices in making your business successful. He just shows you how to do it inside of a PSA. So even if you don't have a PSA, you could learn a huge amount in this class, and then it'll make you hungry to go get that PSA and make it all happen. Anyway, so that is happening in September as well. Then we have the class on Relax, Focus, Succeed. So there's tons and tons of stuff, lots of opportunity for you. Please join us. Please join in. We certainly appreciate it, and we want you to participate. Okay, so let's take a minute and look at some of the stuff that's already in the community that you may have overlooked. So one thing is the forums. A handful of people have put some questions in the forums. I certainly appreciate that. David had a big question about what to do with some elements of the network documentation workbook. So I talked about that. Meanwhile, go click on roadmaps and look at the new service delivery roadmap, which is new since the last time we talked. That's in addition to the service department roadmap, the marketing roadmap, the service manager roadmap, right? So it's all really good stuff. Please check it out, poke around, send me any questions you have, and if you ever need anything, email concierge@smallbizthoughts.com, and one of us will get in touch with you very, very quickly. I promise. Have a truly great month, and I will see you in October.